guys. We're on Inferno. Fnatic start on the CT side, and the Immortals are going to bring everything they have to take down the Swedish Giants, as now they face off in the first round.
Let's see here what Immortals are going to throw out the bag. Right now, passive hold towards mid, and then one player that's still going towards the apartments. Just holding it for now, very passively. Going to give Fnatic anything. And then eventually gearing up for the execute.
The thing with Fnatic on this map as well, their T side is so potent, but Luca's going to give Dennis a taste of his own medicine. Known for that pistolero work he can pull off. Not going to have a chance this time. And already a quick play up towards short. There is a man on the site as well, that's Crims. Him being removed means that A is looking vulnerable. They can get that bomb up there and on site. This is clinical from Immortals thus far, taking fights that not necessarily they should always win with those Glocks, but so far, they are looking good.
Very good indeed, and now it's all on the Wonder Child and Flusher. One of the two biggest brands for Fnatic to come back into this, but Lucas is just relentless this round. KNG shuts it down as well. And that's going to be pistol round. Going to the Immortals. With the hype train they're about to start. This pistol round could be what ignites it.
There you go, you can see Lucas there. That was the big kill as well. Removing Crims from the site basically opened up every possibility of just wrapping through on short. And now into this, we will be seeing Immortals with a decent buy, a lot of rifles, only the 2 UMPs. No messing around here, it's a big investment. And on the other side, CZs galore. Known for how good they used to be with these. Always scary watching Fnatic buy this sort of thing up.
Oh yeah.
Dennis playing
sure.
out of Boiler. Olaf taking contact there. Good work from him. Great damage dealt. And Henny's going to find Dennis, but still, it's all looking pretty good so far. Even getting this sort of damage done, getting to the right bomb site would be great for Fnatic. As long as they can just slowly work them down, hinder some of the approach.
KNG on 13 HP. Those pistols are deadly. And Immortals, of course, playing with caution here, but Olaf Meister getting good damage done as well. Both Steel and KNG now low on HP. Still a one-man advantage, but damage being dealt by Fnatic, despite being in the harder role weapon-wise.
Yeah. You always feel there's a chance, even if it's just one man standing. Lucas just crouching under the CZ as it sprays down. And Lucas wants more. There are still players towards A. 2 to be precise. Olaf Meister from JW. There goes Olaf. Now JW is the only one to really... Excuse me, no, it's Flusher. Tell a lie. And Flusher will be removed. So far, considering the damage done and the pressure mounted by Fnatic, Immortals are showing a very clean game. A very thought-through sort of process here, playing it very nicely. Fnatic a little quiet off the starting blocks.
I love the fact that despite Fnatic doing so much damage early on, they still managed to take the wounded players, place them in the back, and then the new players with full HP peek up. Always considering that even if they lose a single gun, that's a big problem, and taking that in, just having that like belief in the fact that you can always fall behind. This is Fnatic. You always need to be careful, even in rounds when you are supposed to win easily. I think that's what's going to carry them through this game if they're to win it, because Fnatic are a dangerous team, and Immortals need to respect it.
Stack towards B this time for Fnatic. 4 players there. Olaf taking a lot of damage just from the initial spray. Frustrating as ever, but you only have USP, so it's unlikely you're going to do much with this. Seeing how precise the Immortals have been in their approach so far, I don't see much happening from this one.
Pretty standard thing on this USP only eco is to stack aside, and usually that is the B bomb side. I think they have a player boosted up in the tree, and so 2 players in that direction, so I would guess so. Yeah, that is true. And now slowly and surely the Immortals players are working their way in.
They didn't manage actually to spell out JW though, so that's pretty decent for him. He gets away with that. Able to do a little bit of damage towards Henny. And now the rest of them start to respond off the back and to play off the contact that JW got, but still they're working down Immortals, and Dennis coming in at the right time to find Henny.
There we go. KNG, one of the best players in the early parts of their match. He's down to 6 HP, but Lucas comes in, takes the head off JW, and Dennis also low on HP. Tries to do his best, 3v3, but the weaponry and the HP on Fnatic is not looking good, as we know.
No, Bolts and Steel so low, this becomes a real threat. Bolts there, gonna have to handle these guys' face, and he could actually time it really well if he does. Just swings around that corner a little further. He would have the shot towards Olaf Meister. He actually didn't take the fight. Olaf took it towards him. This is a phenomenal round from Fnatic. Turning this one on its head, only USPs, but still, Lucas is sitting pretty on 79 HP. Steel's not in a bad spot, but Lucas there finds Flusher. The game's certainly been noted now. They know where the bomb's going down, but anything to hinder this would be incredibly impressive. What are you doing, Lucas? Dennis phenomenal round. 3 kills for him on 4 HP, bearing in mind. And it's still in the 1v2. There's no armor on the CTs. So everything's a threat. They can't take those clean fights. They need to be cautious, careful, and play this out smartly. Steel, though, forced off the angle. No kit either. Bomb planted. He spots one, being toyed with now. Olaf Meister doing the dance, the defuse. It's happening. 4 seconds. Outstanding play from Fnatic. That's the turnaround you want to be seeing for any Fnatic fan out there.
We know that Dennis is good with pistols, but on an eco, he gets it done anyway. Look at that. That is perfect from Dennis, and that is why he's one of those players that you just have to fear, just clicks away, and then with the AK, punishes the mistake from Lucas. Correctly so. Now Fnatic are back.
How many times in the past when Fnatic were during their heyday did we say that if you give Fnatic an inch, they will take a mile?
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened. Immortals walked into B, didn't particularly check on JW's spot. He gets away with it, dinks up a couple. Dennis comes in, even though low, playing from, I think it was either first or second box. Able to do so much work, and in the end, you go out of place, you lose that concentration for a second. You know you're in trouble. And JW watching the nades as they swing towards him. Takes actually not that much damage considering. Down to only 55, and he's still playing quite actively. Over here, Flush are going to let the molly burn. Not going to extinguish it, no need, it's fine. They'll give over the banana control to the Immortals.
Let's see how they're currently setting up Fnatic. Not afraid. Immortals have used a bunch of utility to remove JW for that peaker position and take him down to 55 HP, so the question is, do they have enough to take the sights when it comes to that? So far it's looking quite good for them. They're still saving some flashbangs, saving a few smokes. It's looking doable. KNG trying to open up, and he has impressed me so much this tournament. And if he can continue here in the semi-final, I'm not even sure how far Immortals can go, but it's going to be far, I tell you.
And there it is. What a perfect beginning for him. Finding Dennis is a hefty blow to the Fnatic side. He's having a good game so far. May just be bolstered by the pistol, but still impressive. Crims watching for the apt play. Right to be so. 3 players about to line up. Flash comes in. Crims completely blind. They do manage to escape. The follow-up is sublime. They make it out perfectly, and there's the shot to follow. Lucas, that is impressive, as is Bolt's his follow-up, and KNG there to seal the deal. The bomb site's theirs. Flusher playing back into this. Near on impossible.
That was so beautiful. That was a perfect flash combination with the short push as well. Like, even the best players in the world, when you see them there getting caught out, if Crims is getting caught out,
yeah.
If Fnatic are getting caught out from a push onto A, then you know it's masterful. Absolutely perfect from them. And Lucas on 8-1, KNG on 5-1. Immortals are looking strong, but this is Inferno. This is Fnatic's map choice. There's still many around to go. Flusher will save the ult, bring it into the next round. Let's see how they're going to do with that. Not in a position where he can be taken out right now, so he's definitely going to save it.
3-1. So far, so good for the Immortals. And this is the opener from KNG. And I don't think we got to see the follow-up. There it is, just beating JW to the punch, a rarity.
Yeah.
JW is a man who is certainly quick on the trigger. 2 orbs, though, into purchase.
Oh, this is dangerous. Ballsy moves coming out Fnatic early on. 2 pistols, 2 orbs, and 1 M4. Missing some utility as well. 2 of the players don't really have full utility also, so they are banking on getting some frags early on, or just holding in a crossfire whenever the push comes. See if they can make it happen. Nope.
God, again!
KNG again opening up bomb sides. And he's such a good aggressive T-side opener. Just as JW is now, or was back in the heyday, just opening up sides, and KNG just making it work. That was just a pistol gone. They still have the 3 weapons.
And even if they noted that they took down a pistol, that almost baits them into not being in the right mindset for the rest of these guns coming in here. Dennis has got the orb. He's playing off the back of the kind of wrap side here at the moment. Dennis waiting to see if anyone would dare come through that smoke. What is? KNG's looking for his next victim. So far, he's been outstanding. A shining beacon of light for the Immortals, boys. Not quite aware of where Crims is, but Crims does only have a P250, but again, if they get close, he can play into it. It's more about information as well. He's kind of the warning signal to allow Dennis to put his attention there. And ooh, lovely work from Crims, getting down bolts, and that might give away the game. JW now chimes in for one for himself, and it's a 4v2. All looking good for Fnatic. A questionable investment. It was risky at best, and it's worked out, and then some. KNG, fight all you like, it doesn't matter. Fnatic are here, and they're doing some work.
Crims really doing work there. With the pistol coming in, I have to put it as well on Mr. Dennis himself, buying the AWP and putting it to work after his teammate died early on. But look at that. That is a perfect angle from Crims. And then dances around the carriage, picks up another one. P250, obviously better than any investment the terrorists can make.
Definitely.
But Crims is also pretty strong, so that also helps out.
Okay, we might have a little round restart coming through on these, so that might be a second, but we can kind of recap a little bit of what's been happening. But it's been the crazy rounds that Fnatic are winning. It was the pistol round at the start when they were literally on USPSs, and they won that with the B stack.
Yeah.
And then this one, an incredibly risky investment. You had the double AWP, 1 M4, and then 2 players on a pistol. Now, for Fnatic, it's tough to go for that, but if you're believing in yourself as individuals, and you can deliver, then this is why we see them able to achieve this sort of power in the way they play. It's terrifying. But even they said in those interviews just beforehand, JW saying we weren't that happy with our individual performances. And if you throw your mind back when they're in their heyday, they always felt they could always come back from a situation no matter what, because they could all depend on each other having those crazy games at any given point. So for them, if they've been building towards this, it gets very, very scary for anyone playing against them.
Yeah, definitely. Also, if you like take that fact and put it on the fact that Olofmeister is playing, like still coming back into his glory days. He's not there yet, because before his injury he was the best player in the world, but he's making his way back into that position. We saw him in the game earlier this tournament in the overtime where he was up against Kusta. He was doing a good job, not exactly besting Kusta, but still playing a marvelous game. And if Olofmeister can get back into gear, Dennis with the pistols get back into gear, what can happen? Fnatic, they could be ready for another era of domination. But first, they have to take care of the Immortals.
Again, the nades come through. JW catching it every time.
He's losing 50 HP every time, 60, 40 HP.
Just hoping they fall out of favour with that habit they've gotten so far. They've used it every single time they've had the money to do so. And again, they do get banana control.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really nice way as the T to play that banana, because that's a big problem, especially on the T side here of Inferno, how you play that banana, how you take that top banana control. And now they have it. 3 players situated there. Smokes are going down. They can go into the bonfire now.
JW looks like he wants to play through that smoke. Flush is going to go and basically find information here, but they are working their way up. Henny's already in the corner. KNG gets above it, so he's above the smoke, and Flusher just knows this. He feels the game so well, and there it is. So they're going to be kind of forced off this, kind of escorted away a little bit. JW plays back in, so he's going to get good information. They might have backed, you know, slightly further down. Don't read into it just yet, but he has the angle.
See him walking back, and now on banana again. JW waiting patiently. And setup comes. Question is, do they want to execute on it? It's looking like it right now, so here we go.
They don't have much else left in the bank here. KNG goes down first. And then the flashes are great. You're seeing them being hindered. The approach is now limited. Oh, but Steel's just going to break in here. Flusher, though, right at the back. Plays it out from the new box. Not so new anymore, but still, he's buying time, and the bomb's down in a far from ideal place for the Immortals. And time is ticking, and it runs out on them. It's Fnatic again, building another on the board.
Fans in the crowd definitely liking this one. What a game we have on our hands here. Already now. Tight as ever. As Immortals are forced into the P250s. Fnatic are still buying almost to the end of their money. So they are not in a good spot just yet. They're making it happen. JW with the tag. Great.
Lovely.
Damage with utility as well. Forcing them to not be able to run through this Molotov. Second Molotov coming in as well. They have to wait out. Even the nade comes in, takes one out. KNG on 8 HP. The rest around the 50 mark, so banana push completely stopped.
It's a really nice synergy as well on that B-bomb site. A lot of discussions were put in when you started to see Crims not playing the kind of solo sides, and is this actually a good change? Is this, you know, something to maybe look at? But right now you can see the kind of synergy between JW and Flusher. Even just the timing on the molly to allow, you know, JW freedom to back away. Brilliantly done. And a very active hold towards middle as well. Dennis and Olofmeister both actively watching this. Not just playing a passive angle. They want these fights. Oh, the good old mouse jump every single time. And Dennis again going to run in and should shut down. There it is.
So only one casualty there on the Fnatic side. Done by the P250s of Immortals. So it's probably as they would expect. 4-3 is the scoreline, and Immortals once again having the money to buy up, but not a complete buy. They are still missing the last 5-10% in order for me to call it a perfect one. JW still on the AWP, of course. Dennis this time around on the M4.
Ooh, maybe looking for a quick shot down Banana. Forced off that. You can see the deep nades finally coming through. There was the additional man escort basically down there. JW could have had the support then on Banana, but they both back away from it.
This is actually really interesting because they take the Banana, try to take the Banana control, or at least make their presence known, and then rotate 2 players back. And right now, they're not really taking positions. They're just finding out how they want to play this A bomb side and leaving 1 man on that B bomb side. That's Russian.
Crim's now playing up on the balcony. Legend, I guess Fnatic showing that, hey, we want the Banana control, maybe we put an additional player there, and then stacking over towards A. Nice little kind of counterpiece almost. Really getting into the heads of the Immortals, but firepower plenty still with the Brazilian boys here. A couple of flashes, smoke or 2, but JW has the angle, and he spots nothing but a shoulder, but that's all he needs. KNG left in pieces as he backs away towards CT. Olofmeister next in line, he wants to go at the crown. And he spots out 1, gets spray down, and Henny just falls. He goes anti-flash, expecting maybe some help there, but it wasn't the case, as now Steel has an opportunity to work through apps. We're going to see if the pressure can really mount. Bolts, though, winning out on B could have been interesting there, but the bomb's stuck towards Library.
There we go. 2 players in pit, 1 in CT. For Fnatic. Bolt and Lucas both remaining, and Lucas making good work taking out Crims, and now we have to remember JW's on 19 HP, but Lucas is on 4. So everyone is hurt apart from Dennis in this round.
And then
B bomb side is completely open, so Fnatic have to decide, do they want to play retake or not?
And Bolts didn't know there was only 1 man still playing on B. And you can see that JW obviously didn't know that either, so he was so hyper aware that someone could push up towards CT. Look how meticulously he's checking these angles. Yeah. So both players basically assuming the worst of the situation there, but neither of them were in those sort of predicaments. So the bomb goes down, and actually with all that additional time, Immortals get great after plant positions, and they need it. Lucas only on 4 HP, you've got to be ready for this. Double stacking together towards those ruins. Dennis gets a free walk up here.
He can check the entire side. Oh, he's going straight for the ruins. Let's see if he can catch the first one. No, Lucas! Once again.
The
3 kills.
Save. He's got to go.
Yeah, definitely. There's no reason to go in here. But what a round from Lucas. He's on 13-4 right now.
Yeah, Lucas is having a game. Definitely. Sometimes when you just feel it, you just feel it. There's nothing, you know, you can write up about it, but that's good work from him. And considering the situation they were getting themselves in, that start that JW had, you know, that great pick towards KNG, I started to think, all right, that's theirs, but that's Lucas finding his way around. He was left in that horrible predicament where he was basically the only guy towards A. He was 1 player already broken through towards B. He was like, I need to get here so badly, 4 HP, but he makes it through. Now the buy's pretty shoddy for Fnatic. They can still get the double AWP, but then they have to make up with all the lack of utility they would have had with a full rifle by buying that UMP.
On the other side of things, Steel has opted to go for a Tech 9 in order to balance the money out. And I actually don't mind going 1 Tech 9 if you can play the economical game and get more advantages later on in the game. Especially if the rest of the team is fully bought up and you get all the utility you need. And also Steel isn't having the best of games, so it's probably not too bad. It's not going to be the deciding factor, I think, in this round.
And he wants the angle, he's going to grab that and get away. The pickpocket picks up JW. So well done, such a quick hit. Kenji also succeeding over by Apps is perfect. That's going to split the defense so badly. Flusher trying to bait out the noise. Falls back to the first boxes.
Okay.
Oh, the rap's going to be horrible though. If Bolts gets all the way around ruins, just checks towards the site. I think, yeah, Flusher's aware this is a possibility. So smart.
This guy knows. Let's see if he can make it happen. Yes, he will. Flusher. What a guard. Now the push comes onto the banana. They are aware of his position, or the position he lastly had, and know that he can't cross yet.
Oh, the timing on the flash could have been perfect, but the pre-fire, as soon as that flash came in, it was like, I'm just going to spray and hope, and it worked out so well. So Flusher gets removed, but it allows a little bit of a play back in for Olofmeister. Molly comes in, he's forced to run through it. He's going to... What? That looks so close to being on. The bomb's now planted. One new box, one dark, and I think the player reply just went in towards that little mini pit. He did. Crim's going to find him, but Lucas plays out, swings out on it, and it's just Crim's now in a 1v2. Bomb is ticking. No kit to hand for him yet. He has to dig these players out of these burrowed in holes. They do not want to leave. Sprays in, not going to get it. Spots the other though.
This is impossible.
And they switch up position. That's tough for Crims.
Yeah.
He has no information on this. He's going to have to back out of this one any second now, as really the Immortals are playing a very good game.
That is just perfectly played by the Immortals. And despite having just, just a couple of UMPs, they make it work here. The utility, really important, and they make it work. Getting into the bomb side, holding after plant positions. But we have to appreciate what Flusher did there, because that was not, like, not a normal player would not be able to figure that out and just get that frag and hold the bomb site for that long. But Flusher is just doing Flusher things. Now, full eco coming out of Fnatic. Immortals probably going to be gifted the 6-4 lead on the T side here.
We know what happens to the CT's money when this game goes back and forth like it does.
Oh,
Dennis! To the face. It's gotta hurt. Nice to get some info, but yeah, you know what it's like for a CT side when you win and lose rounds. It's just a bit sporadic. Your money just gets completely ruined. But we know that Fnatic can operate in those kind of less than ideal situations, in those environments. They are still pretty diligent, to say the very least. Still going to be called off here. Yeah, Crims doesn't miss a beat. Yeah,
Crims with the P250 has been on point so far. Flusher coming in with the Deagle as well, and now it's all of a sudden a 3v3. AK being picked up by Flusher, AK picked up by Crims. No armor though, but still. I would like one of them to throw out the Deagle to all of Meister now. It's too late.
Yeah, Flusher just not mindset towards the right timing then. Gets caught out just, you know, jumping around. Not expecting bolts to be up there that fast. Meister does have a rifle, so that's not a bad little bit of a silver lining to the round. The bomb will go down, of course, for Immortals, and the round is theirs. But the damage done, a gun recovered. Fnatic make the best of a very bad situation.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a fine round considering how they started out with the minimal investment they had. 2 kills denying 2 weapons from Immortals, picking an AK up for Olofmeister as well. And I think they had a chance of doing even better with the 2 players pushing into CT, but sadly Bolts came in and got the double frag and just caught them off before they could get into the positions they wanted. And nonetheless, Olof lives to fight another day as the Immortals go up 6-4. And they have no intention of hunting him here. They just want to focus on getting these three weapons out and bolstering their economy, because it's not perfect just yet. It's fine, but it's not perfect.
It has been quite back and forth. This game has been close. Even in the rounds where Fnatic invest almost minimal amounts, they're still making it quite costly for the Immortals. So you're seeing this throughout the economy Bolt. So the quick play towards CT was a smart move from him to be able to get that ground, deny any play back in. But a good buy will come out from the Immortals, excuse me, but the investment is still becoming limited.
Yes.
They have nothing really in the bank. Bolts is fine, but everyone else, you know, 150 there. Fnatic know that they're not far behind. It's just, you know, you're feeling a little bit under strain now.
Let's see how this one's going to play out. Surely one of the more important rounds as getting to round 11 of the first half. This is where I start usually to see separation between the 2 teams. Penny trying to close range off with the smoke. Actually not far off. But still doesn't hit anything, doesn't do the damage. Set up currently towards A are Immortals. Slowly taking apartment control, which is one of the first steps in order to do this split A execute.
I guess you can say the problem is, though, that with the play down banana coming in as it is, they see nothing there, so you're getting a good read. Unless Immortals back away last minute and go for that switch towards B, Fnatic are going to be able to cheat over that player. They can pull one player over towards A, double stack towards Arch. You can see the flash come out on the play. This is a lovely piece, actually, so far, but Crims is having none of it. One already, but he gets overwhelmed, outnumbered, and the playthrough Boiler is perfect. The Immortals are looking so good here. Bomb goes in, and it's retake town. Flusher ahead of the rest. Waiting on JW a touch slows down the pace a little bit. There's a player so close, holding the off angle towards Quad. He chases that down, and now there's only 2 men here. 1 graveyard and 1 on the site.
Seeing JW with a 1v2 to clutch. He knows the position of one of them, almost gets the kill. And doesn't have a nade though, so he can't take him out just yet. Oh, decides to go for the save. They almost lined up for him. That was milliseconds away from him firing off that bullet and getting both of them. With no cigar in the end.
How dare you do this?
But to be honest, like, that was a really, really nice execute coming out of Immortals. I like the way when you do like the 3-1 or 4-1 split, where you go into one position and then just a second before you throw out the flashbang and then push the one man out and take the attention. I mentioned this in one of the other games here. When you do that, when you get the timing perfect, no one can do anything against it.
Very, very accurate. And Fnatic love that. If you ever watch Fnatic play on this map, on their T side, they have so many explosive plays through like boiler apps. Very hard to handle or be aware that it's happening, so keep your eyes on that on the T side. But for now, they need a couple more rounds on the board. If Fnatic don't really pick up much more than this, considering the rounds they won were those kind of crazy ones with pistols, they weren't like both in a good situation with money, and it's an even back and forth. Fnatic haven't really won that many of those. It's been those quirky rounds that are quite hard to, quantify. But for now, they are down to the pistols, and they've won 2 of these rounds, I think, where it's just those kind of investments into upgraded pistols or only on that USPS. So for them, they need these rounds quite badly.
See if they can continue to do damage, and yes, Dennis will, the pistol master, picks up another victim. Now picks up the AK as well, and he was the one with armor as well. So smoke, armor, and an AK. It's almost like a full buy. But Dennis, since of course he's against AK, so head armor doesn't really do any difference. One of them has picked up the M4 though. That's Steel. Crim's trying to edge his way in with the P250, does a bunch of damage. So close to get the kills here, but he's just holding it. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Flusher and Dennis.
Dennis, though, gonna find another. Racks him up to 2. And now it's just Flusher. Bomb is going his way, and you always feel there's a problem. There's a threat when it's Flusher. That's 1. And now these 2 last players. Oh! Flusher! What a moment to shine! And KNG quaking in his boots. 1 more hit from Flusher. Surely he's playing the time. Flusher backs away. He's testing the patience. KNG fakes it. No! It falls apart! Flusher had it all. And he went for it, and KNG outdoes him.
A Deagle and a dream. And that dream was shattered in the end. So close for Flusher to bring that one home. But once again, Fnatic on only pistols. They are a constant nuisance and a constant threat to the life of Immortals. And they're getting close and closer every single time to the round win. And yeah, that's heartbreaking. KNG, though, ice cold. Doesn't really care that Flusher is trying to do the impossible and just locks him down.
Yeah, now we're getting to that territory where Fnatic, to feel comfortable going into that second half, I feel that you need every other round, really. Immortals are building. They're building momentum. They're building individual power. Even though, yeah, it's close rounds, they're winning them, though. It gets to the point where as much as close rounds are good for your economy and blah, 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 the point is they kind of need them on the board here. And this is Fnatic's map choice. Still, this could be the smoke that falls perfectly either towards CT Arch or the one slightly shorter towards short itself. Backs away from that. Maybe just going to hold for a second as there's still a smoke up in toward mid. And they wait patiently. There's a double stack, if not triple almost, towards quad side. Smoke goes in. That is just the short smoke coming through. Now that's great for them. That will allow them freedom to play into this, but Olafmeister is here with the orb. And you have Dennis kind of playing, not necessarily anti-flash, but he doesn't really show in that corner until he wants to turn. So again, if Olafmeister gets contact, he can play out of it, or vice versa. See how they play it up. Already here comes the flash, here comes the smokes, and Dennis spots them all. 1, 2, he goes for the spray. No third to follow though. But Olafmeister is there in support, ready and willing. And now it looks for his second this round. Not to be claimed just yet, but there, the pistol finally comes through. And Fnatic give themselves the buoyancy they need in this round.
Yeah, and they need to build on this now because, as we know, Inferno, very well-balanced map, slight advantage to the CTs. This is their map choice as well. They're on the slightly stronger side, but they already lost a half. They need to now be in damage control mode, get the 7 rounds, and then win the pistol. Now, this is going to be really dangerous because you don't want to go into a best of 3 and lose your own map to begin with. Immortals, thanks to that round from Fnatic, are now forced on a scrappy buy, which could be the entry into that magical 7 number of rounds for Fnatic, which they need for the rest of this half.
Meister going down. Flash towards middle, just keeping the Wolves at bay. The Immortals do encroach towards the B site, creeping up his bolts, outdone by Flusher, running from the sandbags. His presence being shown as Henny spams like a champion towards quad. And Lucas waits to explode out to it as well. 1 smoke left towards Steel, so when that gets put into play, you can imagine that might be the hit coming through. There's 4 players stacked here for Fnatic towards LA bomb site.
Rotation coming in, only 1 player on that B bomb site. Fnatic has to rotate right now, and the rotate has commenced. But nothing yet. Immortals are toying with them.
This is great though, it's caused 2 additional players head towards B again, and then now you're seeing them run back. They might have heard that step or 2, maybe Dennis here in the steps down banana. But he's going to hold passive towards CT Arch, so they can't really wrap without him seeing. We'll see how far they get more than anything. But the problem is, especially in this situation, it plays well to retakes, but also holding this site. It's very hard to dig people out of the double pit position. Dennis going to adjust. Goes around to his library. They're going to hear it. The flash, what? The flash was perfect, and Henny still gets the kill. But this plays in Olaf Meister. Now he's got info. But this is uncomfortable. They can run over on Graveyard. He still fights his way out. Another big kill for him. And the swing and not a miss. Olaf Meister, that AWP is absolutely deadly.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Olaf Meister on point. And as we talk about win conditions on the stream, this is one of them. Olaf needs to be on point. Him and Flosher are the two hard hitters from Fnatic, and they need to be on point, both of them. Dennis, one of these players that can step up here now, is doing that so far. If they can double that up with Olaf, they have a real chance. Last round of the first half, quick push banana.
Oh, the nade, and through the wall. From bad to worse, the spray comes in. Flosher, it's all his. 4 kills to close out the half, and Fnatic, we put them a task. We say you've got to get all the last rounds in this game to feel comfortable going to the second half, and there they go. Turn up when it matters and deliver a good recovery from those boys.
That was a really nice round, despite, of course, it only being a pistol, but JW with the shot through the wall, and then Flosher with the 1 mag spray, getting 4 kills. We'll see that in Frag movie soon, surely.
Can only hope so. The main point now is, for the Immortals, they had a good start to this. They had a good hand in this game. But this is the sort of matchup you expect it to be this close. You expect every round to be hard fought for, whether it be just onto USPSs, whether it be a full purchase, it doesn't matter. These two teams are fighting for a place in the finals for a chance of what you can see there. This is what it comes down to, a very, very grueling battle that's about to commence.
Yeah, it's been a long time without a trophy for Fnatic. And Immortals always in the shadow of their big brother of SK Gaming. The same thing, they want to have that tournament win. Want to be able to call themselves champions.
Fnatic, what a moment. If they could do it in front of their home crowd as well. It'd mean so much to these guys. So
Fnatic at DreamHack in general, just the amount of times I've seen them, even back when they were called Epsilon, before they were called Fnatic, now I'm going really far back. They have been here so many times.
All right, second half. Immortals now on the CT side. Fnatic on the T side. Let's see the plan. Normally it's quite concise, quite quick, quite a bit of a hit and a half, but so far, caution. KNG gets a little dinked up, got to back away from that. I think it was Olaf Meister who's trying to have a fight with.
Flosher, team captain, with the smoke and the flash. Getting ready to set this up. Smoke surely for CT, and flash just over when they want to execute. Nope, not for CT.
Ooh.
And this is perfect for the setup that Immortals have.
Oh, that flash to follow? I like it. It gets your Glocks to range, your guns to bear. But Henny still finds one on the way out, but the wrap comes in, and now Fnatic applying pressure like a vice, squeezing towards B. The bomb's going to go down, and the Immortals are going to be left scratching their head. That was a lovely plan.
I'll touch more upon that when the round is over still. Steel and KNG alive in this one. 2v3, this is doable. KNG only on 15 HP though. Still has the kit. So it's not like they need to push in right now. They still have some time to play with.
Not much, but oh no.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Steel. It's gone from, oh, it's possible to, oh god, not this. Alright. Fnatic have the time now, they know it, they can just sit in. That's a bit of a rail gun of a shot. Dennis's head rolls. Still, do you need another one of those, please? Nah. Backs away. If you can keep him locked to the side, that'd be lovely. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away with that. He's going to just run off now. Still has the kit. Still dies, but he cost them both their life as well.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm thinking here is that I think Jumpy might have been looking at how Immortals set up a CT on this map. And I think this is a sign that he's seen, because usually you want to normally smoke off CT because you play one side, one CT. But that smoke was perfect for the setup that they had, that double stack around coils, and then the flash timing coming in also. What a pistol round for Fnatic, and that was just perfect. 2 pieces of utility, in my opinion, decided that take was going to be good or not.
Fnatic looking like they've been doing their homework. Jumpy, proving, again, waiting gold at this point for these guys. Because now we are at 8-8. Fnatic have the good purchase. CT side down to the CZs, P250s, a UMP for Steel, but no armor.
It's going to be a hard one. And we said, Fnatic, you need to get on 7, you need to win the pistol and then take it from there. Look what they've done. Exactly that. Now it's Bolts and the boys to play up close with pistols. Just as Fnatic did in the first half.
Decent damage done. Bit of a spam from the P250, just hoping that you get a connection, a dink would be awesome, but not always the case. And oh, Steel, hold your nerve, be patient. If he just waits, holds enough angle, he might be in a good spot here, but JW just gets fed. Easy kill for him.
Now, execute onto A. Is the plan, and it's just Bolts right now, and he can do nothing against the power of the Mac 10. Just mows him up, takes him down.
And yeah, the last 3 players for Immortals, pretty far away. You've got armor on Lucas, so he might just keep hold of that. I can imagine he's just going to stay by Nubox. A couple of upgraded pistols, you're not going to get much more at the end of the day, so if you can get an exit, awesome. It's kind of unlikely, though.
Yeah. He's looking for it now, seeing if anyone wants to peek. No one wants to peek, and then rotate into a more defensive posture. Make sure you don't give them extra free money, and that's the thought right here coming out of Immortals. Of course, they're saving the pistols here. They can take them into the next round as well, but you don't want to give Fnatic any more than they currently have. And you see Dennis, he's on the hunt exactly for this, because he knows they're only on pistols. He can afford to die. This Mac 10 doesn't matter, but if he can take a bunch of money and take that into the next round, it's going to help them going further in the game, but he is taken out. Nice penny.
Not even going to push for the gun. Just holds like, I don't trust it. They're up to something. Anyway, for Fnatic, this is good. This is, you know, going through the motions of being perfectly happy with how this is going so far. You want to get yourself going on your own map, considering this is their choice. And we're starting to look a little good, I guess, for Immortals. You get a little worried. You're like, you don't want Fnatic to come into their own map choice and then drop out quite substantially. You want a close game, feel competitive, no matter what the scoreline is. At least then you feel okay. But if you lose on your own map quite drastically, that's when things go badly wrong mentally. But for now, they're perfectly fine. Leading now, 9-8.
Yep, definitely an advantage, utility and weapons-wise, for Fnatic. Well, Lucas is the only real threat coming out of Immortals. The rest only on pistols and nothing else. But Fnatic, they're aware of this, and they're aware of the damage that pistols close range can do. So they're not taking stupid battles, just waiting out, making sure they're gonna get the high percentage duels. And JW might be caught off guard now. Yep. Surely this will be a kill. Oh, he was spotted. So not. That's unlucky from Steel.
And Lucas just like, oh, this sucks. I'm just stuck here, aren't I? God. Fnatic are doing Fnatic things to my team, and I'm just staring at this wooden plank.
That's his new best friend.
Yeah. Draw a little face on it. Couple of eyes, smiley face. You're all good.
Reference game on point.
Mm-hmm. Fnatic though, just hunting him down. You can see them do this. The bomb's like slow. Look how cautious they are with this.
Yeah, and they're very meticulous as well. They're just checking every single corner. That's the timing though from Lucas. He hears the step, knows that one of them has to be there. And Lucas, this is how good he is with the pistol. You can never count him out. He's now on a UMP-45. Gets spotted. AK in hand. Goes for the battle and dies out. JW, of course, going to switch that UMP-45 out for an AK. And they're going to bring the weapons onto the next round. But this is... The timing is so unlucky because he just spotted the edge of him there. And JW just holding. Alright. Time to shine. For the Immortals, double up setup, KNG. The hero of day one for them. Without any utility. Henny with some. Yeah. Fnatic. On the AK and UMP buy. No utility on Flusher either. And low HP is just burning away. Slight advantage here for the CTs.
You really need those AWPs to come up good for Immortals so far. It's becoming a bit of a Fnatic show. JW sees the smoke go down. Is tempted to maybe go for a little bit of a wander. Sprays in, sees if everyone's close by. They're not. They did back away from the balcony ledge this time. Let's see what Fnatic have up their sleeves. 3 mollies still into play. You've got to feel that could work very nicely towards A if you want to put them towards pit, towards site. Then again, B, you can litter that bomb site with it as well. Push people out of the new box spot. From dark, plenty of options. 1 molly though, so far put into play, and that's down towards pit.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Only 1 smoke to hold back the incoming terrorists, and that's on Henny. And then a bunch of flashbangs to counter flash whenever Fnatic goes for the bomb sites. 3 smokes on the T sides and 2 Molotovs as well, so utility-wise, I'm sure who I'm putting my money on.
And he's holding. know he's going to go far enough. It does kind of obscure his vision, but he's holding strong for now. It plays in Lucas well, but now Henny needs to do more. Smokes off the right, looks to the left, and that's Olofmeister. Very low HP, but still stands. 9 HP is enough for him, apparently. And now bomb going in. With a switch up of weaponry. Olofmeister so low, it makes sense for him to have the orb.
Yes.
And KNG going to play back in. No kits left on the Immortals side, though. I'm not sure if there's one down maybe on the side, or they just purely do not have one. The adjustment not there this time for KNG. It plays off well, but JW then takes the fight as he's left dazed and stunned, and the last two players have no step towards this site now.
Can't grab the orb here. Bolt's gonna try his luck. JW is not gonna punish him. It's gonna be Bolts to take that one frag, and they're rotating away with 2 weapons. Olofmeister will survive with 5 HP. And yeah. The problem is, when you come in as CT and you have that orb, as KNG did, and you're trying to go for the opening peak, and you miss the adjustment on the first one, you have to either be very, very ready for the second frag coming in, or you have to go back into hiding. If you're out in the middle of it, and a player like JW can just peek out, then you're just done, because you're looking at the wrong place. You're probably scoped in as well. And look at that. That's the easiest kill in the world for JW.
Both coaches keeping tabs over the team, and Immortals still close by. The scoreline's not completely spiraled away yet. We haven't seen the timeout coming through.
If they lose this one, I would take the timeout if I was a sack their coach, because this has been too many rounds in a row. If they take this buy round as well, Molotov not working out.
It's getting pretty. It's not. I think dire is the wrong word, but it is starting to get troublesome.
Yeah.
For the Immortals, they haven't seemed to have an easy answer yet. They're kind of being outdone on all fronts, really. A couple of close rounds here or there, but success over both sides of the map for Fnatic kind of makes you feel that you're just kind of getting outplayed a little bit. So again, Immortals, let's see if you can do a little bit of damage this round.
And it seems like Fnatic have warmed up after a slow start on their CT side, is that where they're usually good at. Now they're on the C side and they're warmed up and they control the pace. It's working out for them. JW constantly a nuisance for the Brazilians, and just holding the angle slowly, stepping back and forth, and now forced back with the Molotov.
Did take a lick of damage there, so I'm not sure if they heard it. They could have done. Steel's close enough by, they might have heard that, but it may give nothing away at this point. They don't have to commit anywhere just yet. Time's still pretty decent.
It's actually quite weird how defensive Immortals are holding this A-bomb side. They are gifting the entire mid to Fnatic for free. One player holding very defensively with an AWP here, that's KNG. If he gets smoked out, it's going to be very hard for him to hold, but that smoke doesn't cover him completely, but now the push comes onto the B-bomb side. One player still holding him.
Time is becoming a factor. Look at it, down to 10 seconds now. This is getting a bit ridiculous. Anytime bought is brilliant, but even better is kills. And look at Lucas right in the back. Stop the bomb plant. You've basically got the round. Yeah, Fnatic leaving too little too late. What is going on here? And there it is. Crims will at least get an AWP away, but a very patient played out round. And you were saying how defensive Immortals are. Now, a little bit of something to that. I remember speaking to Dupree about how they feel when they face up against the likes of Fnatic or FaZe. These teams who love to get the picks and play like that, you kind of have to play very deep into the sides. You allow them to get picks, you allow them to get that pick style, heavy bases. You give them so many opportunities to then split you up, and they're actively looking for fights everywhere on that T side. So I don't mind it from Immortals. The problem is, as you said, they can get smoked out. They can get like so overwhelmed if they get the incorrect read. But if so far that's their answer, it's not a bad plan. And this could have been a big stuff KNG. A tag is all he gets, but he's pretty alright with that.
Yeah, definitely. Just the damage there from the aggressive position, and Henny takes down all of them. And flushing out with the AWP. Took that one from his teammate's dead body. It's the double up setup. It's now being switched back into Mr. Wonder Child himself. Let's see if he can bring that old school JW style back with it. 14 HP, you have to go balls to the wall pretty much, because there's no reason of trying to play it safe with 14 HP and an AWP.
Flush is just making up the smoke as he goes. He'll just look at various leaves like, no, if I pretend this is a lineup, Red is going to be all over it.
That man just knows like 7 smokes from that position. I'm not even kidding.
But I like this. They're doing the same smoke as before, where they smoke up like the first close boxes and again put pressure towards the back. But this is an angle that Henny can find and work with. Yeah, really nicely done. Only Crims to really bite back, but Henny still stands, and Crims is screwed here.
Alright, this has been a very, very impressive round coming out of Immortals. And a very good point for them to have this kind of round, because they were looking a bit shabby, let's say it, And now they've come back with 2 rounds in a row. This last one has been very impressive, only losing 2 players. Could have probably only lost 1 if they played it a bit more defensively. But now the confidence is back in their camp after maybe doubting themselves a little bit. And it's 10-11 now.
The double AWP working well. Something that's brought up on the desk as well is a big factor of when these guys get going with those AWPs. It's very hard to break through for Fnatic. We didn't necessarily expect to see it in this map as the big factor, but it's certainly becoming a bit of an issue. Now Fnatic going to be taking over second mid, 1 down the bottom of normal mid, which is Olafmeister. In towards Nami goes. Going to have to back away from that and find a new angle.
Oh. Kenji's just trying to take the hard shots right now. And it's not always the best choice to have that millimeter pixel spot with the AWP when you're holding that angle or going for the Nam. Here we go.
This looks like the explosive quad play that Fnatic like to do. It's very, very good. Let's have a little watch of this. Yeah, you can see those. Look at the flashes. They're absolutely perfect. There's that late follow-up one. Bolt is screwed as well. Still, though, somehow staying alive as long as he did. Able to find 2. But Fnatic have a great bit of pace to this. Olafmeister on the wrap there, pinching the back as Lucas just gets that knife wedged between the shoulder blades. And Henny trying to find his way back in. But I think he's limited on options and limited on time. And he's going to get out of there with that AWP.
Yeah, he's saving the AWP armor utility for the next round. And nice, as you say, explosive, as we know Fnatic. Coming onto the A-bomb side. Nice round from them. And just in general, having a good game. We clearly see that Dennis is looking fine in this game. Getting 2 kills this round in general, also topping the scoreboard for his team. You know, it's always nice to see Dennis have such great games. And it's kind of like Dennis is unleashed when he's not playing that hyper-focused role, when he has to figure everything out and call everything out because Flush is the one getting all the smokes ready. Of course, they're helping each other out. It's not like one of them is the 100% like Carrigan or Existence type of leader. But still, I feel like Dennis can be unleashed if he's focused on his fragging ability.
Oh, that's so good as well. He's so sick with every pistol.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's just like everything he can do. Double AWP still into play here. KNG and Henny on that. Bit of a buy around it. It's not good. There's only 1 molly. There's no kits. You know, Bolts has literally a deagle. It's not what you dream of as a player, but again, I love the depth that Fnatic have shown already, that they can do a lot of these kind of faster plays coming through. They have that slow, patient piece as well. There's a lot of new looks to Fnatic.
Yeah, because back in the day, Fnatic were known for that really aggressive style. Just get up in the face of the opponents, just run and gun, and just not have that many strategies, but just a lot of defaults that really work out with the pace and timings. But now they're adding more skills and more things into their repertoire. And we're seeing is in this game, they can both play slow and play fast, and they know how to do it and when to change that pace to screw up their opponents. Because Immortals are not playing a bad game. Fnatic are just playing really, really well right now.
Steal. Flash to try to... Crims! Not going to let him get away with that. KNG still relevant to this round though, playing out of library as the rest kind of ready themselves to get around through quad. Now they don't know if the AWP's here, maybe in graveyard or pit. It's not. They make it around just fine. It's Bolt sitting in the kind of, I guess, corner right, tucked in on the side, just on the box. So if they do go for a plant without checking, or if they're just a little lackluster, that's where the threat comes in. KNG does land it towards Dennis. That's big. That plays in Bolt. And now the last 2 remainders gonna have to dig incredibly deep here. Crimson, Olafmeister, hard to play back into this. Smoke goes in. Now they're like, oh no it won't. KNG through the smoke. And now a follow-up as well. That's the KNG again that we saw not too long ago. Destroying, who was it? Was it Mouse Sports? He actually wrecked
Pretty much everyone he's played against.
That is actually very true. He does get away with some crazy things, and again, he's showing that here.
But also the game sense and the timing sense of that one, that's just perfect because you know the smoke is going to pop down. You have around a second.
Yeah.
Some players just tend to wait a bit longer, but KNG knows exactly what's going on in the minds of Fnatic. Shuts them down. Brings Immortals 1 round from tying this game up. And right now, just pistols on a couple of the Fnatic players. Henny picking one up. That's Flusher going down on that banana. Molotov's burning him to death.
He's still there as well, holding this angle.
Holding this angle.
Olafmeister might need a flash in for this. I don't know how he intends to get past.
Yeah, they're waiting for the rest of the team.
Yeah, here comes a high flash. That will blind Henny. He's going to back off the angle now and play from a new way.
Oh, yeah, okay. Lucas is holding. That's why he's taking his time and rotating onto the best angle possible. Because if the terrorists were pushing in, he would have been caught. But he has his teammate Lucas to hold him up. And now the Molotov's coming in. smokes as well. Utility being put towards that B bomb side, but still 3 players there. Or 1 player on the side, 2 in CT.
A little bit of damage as they do cross through, but they do make it to the side, and that's where the threat begins, because those Tech 9s and those TZs become incredibly relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
As does the UMP, and they have 1 smoke left on Olofmeister, so they can put down towards CT if they want, block off one of the 2 approaches, and smother the others. Immortals fighting back in with 5, but they do have Molly still up. That's where it gets a bit problematic for Fnatic. There's no real safe corners here. 1 Molly goes in, 1 flash to follow. Crims turns that. Still okay. And alright, time started to tick here. Burning alive is 1 though. Henny puts Dennis out of his misery more than anything. They check towards Dark. There's still 2 alive though. And Olofmeister gets away with it. No one checks on him. This plays in JW. And again he strikes and looks for more. He gets it. 3 kills, but he needs the 4th. The clock is ticking. And it's going to be Henny, but no time available. Olofmeister playing out of his skin.
What a round. Individual performances from Henny and from Olof, but in the end it's going to be a Fnatic round. The bomb explodes and the Meister's back on home turf in Sweden. Olof just makes it happen. This is a beautiful replay, by the way. All right, 13-11. Fnatic buying up again, but still, we have to take in mind that the money's not great for them despite winning these rounds. They're trading rounds right now. Both teams are forcing every single time. And you can see that. Multiple players on $0 or around that $0 mark. It's not a lot if you lose this one. If Immortals lose this one, they're probably going to be on a full eco, and that means Fnatic could take the game.
It's very much on the horizon here. I'm pretty sure they're aware of it too.
Yeah.
So, pressure point here for the Immortals.
Strike 7 as well on Steel. We saw that in the last game on Cobblestone, how effective it can be. That was in the hands of FNS. See if Steel can redo the tricks.
Here comes that explosive play. It looks like it's the quad. No, it's not. What? KNG somehow making new friends, smothered in the Fnatic players, but they are wrapping through Arch and they're doing it well. Henny's quickly trying to get that to support his team, but by now they're falling like flies. And Bolts has no options left. There with a knife praying to God, but God is not here with you right now. It's just Fnatic. And Henny gonna go for the high flash, try and play back in off the back of this. Nice work there, does give him a chance. Good nade. All right, JW's low.
Yeah,
Des
he's gonna be forced out, surely.
Molly, will it spread far enough?
No.
No, it doesn't. He stays alive.
So that's, yeah, that pretty much ends the round. Oh, okay. Round is back in play. Lucas coming in with 1. Can he take a second one? JW's just hiding, waiting for his time.
And if because they put the Molly there, they might not expect him to be a graveyard. Henny has found him. It's down to the 1v1. Oh my God, Lucas gets it, and he has a kit.
This is an insane retake coming from Lucas and Henny. That one was not on the cards. The second that Molotov didn't kill JW in that position, I felt like the round was done. But no way, they just pushing back, pixel perfect shots to open it up, and then they're pushing with the correct timing in towards the side. This shot is insane. Taps away. And then Henny on the guy, that's JW hiding on the places on the side, and he can just push in. That's perfect combo work coming out of Immortals.
And you said it, the money's low on both sides. That breaks Fnatic instantly.
Oh, okay. Here we go, boys.
KNG, you why you like this thing? The thing is, it's so accurate though. That's the thing, like the first bullet is obscenely accurate, so it does kind of work for KNG.
This is the weirdest CT buy of all time. Orc and Galil.
Yeah.
Not buy, but set up, if you will.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. But Fnatic have won these rounds. That's the thing, they win the pistol round, so don't write them off from doing damage. It's going to be a B hit. They've got the 1 player up on the boost. I can imagine at least.
Yeah.
And then Lucas playing off site. So again, they're allowing the side control to go over, but
this is actually really nice. Imagine, well, they don't have any smokes, but imagine them checking CT all like the boost first, then the second guy is always going to be able to take them out. Doesn't even matter. And KNJ making it work. The Wonder Child goes down. JW taken out of the equation. Flusher edging his way, and we saw how good he was with the Deagle early on in this game, almost clutching a 1v3.
meticulous work, isn't it? Look at them. Surely going to check on this boost. Look at Olofmeister. You can find just an angle to get over here as well by the first boxes. This is problematic. Now, he doesn't know that Olofmeister is here, even if he swings out and gets one. Oh, the shutdown! Both of them facing it so well. Lucas basically saving that too. Between the two of them, they keep that in check. If they swung out and there's only one player up there, Olofmeister could have killed him quite comfortably, because you're nowhere near ready for that level of a player to push out from.
I actually really like the way that they played that B bomb site, because this is not the first time where they play almost the same position. Because they're aware of Fnatic, they just can push into a side and take control. So you want to have all that firepower centered at the same spot so you can take them all out at once. And it's working out this time around. It's tied up 13-13. Round number 27, almost full buy by both teams. Of course, missing a bit on each side. But this is so close. Lucas dies in the fire.
What?
He kills 2 with the fire.
How?
What is that? How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't understand how they died.
How did that round fall apart?
Were they fully blind? I'm really not sure how
Yeah, we
that
were on
happened.
the opposite side of the map, so...
Yeah, I want to see that on replay. If we can get that, that would be awesome. Because just to understand how you lose 2 players to that molly, at this caliber, at this moment, on a buy?
This could change this map. Oh, it will change this map, in my opinion, because now Immortals is going to be on 14. I'm not exactly sure how the bank of Fnatic are looking, but the bank of Immortals will be impressive. They have 5 weapons saved. And also, this has to sit in the back of the mind of Fnatic. Can we... if they have that replay.
Please.
Okay, so it was on Banana, but...
It was just the normal double molly? What?
I understand
They weren't
nothing.
even fully blind. I didn't see them being blinded up. I don't know. If you guys at home can explain how
Someone has to look that through a demo.
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious. Because losing one's frustrating if the nade comes through and it hits pretty well. It's like, well, I'm screwed. But still.
The first one was due to the nade.
Look at this angle. He's going in for this. It's so good. Crims outdoes him. If those nades didn't do that much damage to him, he would have stood up and been able to kill Crims. That would have been that second additional he needed. Now that's a step that maybe Fnatic can work with.
Yeah, definitely. See here, a lot of smokes. This is indicating that they want to do an executor. They have a bunch of flashes as well. No Molotov to force off position, but with pistols, it's kind of okay. They can smoke off the long-range positions and then go close range with the pistols. Now, Flusher also does have the AUG, so he can kind of try to take that one long-range battle, but this timing is almost perfect. 1-for-1 trade in the middle, but it still is working out to Fnatic's favor because now Apartments is completely open. The CTs are on the back of this.
But the bomb, that's the issue. Oh, steal imperative frag there. Flusher falling means the bomb is his. He's the bastion of this round, and he will not let anyone pass. Dennis, Crims, you know the task in front of you. You know what you have to go through to get this one back. Dennis readying himself. Waiting for that corner. He knows he has to play it out now. Perfect timing. He will strike and be accurate with it. Still goes, but the last 2 kills, they're far. They're hard to reach. They're hard to get that Tech 9 in a good angle for. There's any man who can do it with a gun like this.
Yeah, he has to run into the apartments right now.
Lovely movement. He's going to get away with the bomb.
Yeah, he has a smoke as well.
And an AUG.
And a dream.
Look. No one likes red dots. Even, you know, it's just not cool. Dennis. Oh, the off angle's going to catch him. Lucas plays it out well. Finds the angle and a very quiet crowd here. As this has become a little bit terrifying, if I'm honest.
All right, this is the time for every Swede in the nation to send their energy to Fnatic. This is when they need you. 13-15 down on their own map choice. Immortals with a perfect buy. You see all that utility. Fnatic with a scrappy one.
Aggression, I love this. This is what I love about Inferno. It allows for plays like this, and Fnatic are so unawares. Bolt could have done it all for him, but Dennis now played him with a chance, but no, KNG stands supreme, pinning Olofmeister to the floor, and now this is sensational play from this man. Coming alive for Immortals time and time again, but no better moment than now, as JW can't do it for them. It's Immortals with map 1. After what looked like Fnatic were back in control. It looked like they had it all at their hands. It slipped through their fingers.
Yeah. Through the fire and the flames, one could say. What a round to end as well by KNG. He's been okay during this game, but this last 3K there just pretty much sums it up and brings home a good performance for Immortals, who will get 16 rounds. And we'll get that first map lead. And Flush's face just says it all right now. We've been talking about mental resets.
Yeah.
This is the time for one. This is now where Fnatic has to go out, take a breath of fresh air, and then think about, okay, how do we come back? We're on a map that our opponent likes. It's not a bad map of